format.
I'm going to continue doing the
Explains a
form.
lot.
The format is the standard is standard, right? Anderson
Coach
quotes, right?
Anderson.
Standard's the standard. I think
Where's that? Speaking of the standard, Dave, where'd you put that cane when you got hurt your sophomore year?
Oh, it's
Or
actually
your
in my
junior
mom's
year?
room somewhere. I see it all the time, and it reminds me of those bad times, and I wanna off myself sometimes when I see that. But yeah, it's irrelevant.
I got an idea. I think next year, instead of the stick, you bring the cane out, Dave.
That would be
no.
be a great momentum
No.
bringer.
They might win the state title with that cane.
Fuck the state title. They're going all the way. They're winning the national championship game.
Oh, okay.
Bishop Gorman, who?
I don't
Welcome to another Hicksey Not a Podcast.
Another Hicksey Not a Podcast. And today we got the two recurring guests. We got Joe Kometz, Jackson Henry.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Jackson.
Hi, this is Joe.
Hello,
How are
Joe. Boys, welcome back to Connecticut. How's it feel to be back?
It's very good. I missed home. I mean, I also miss, my friends at school, but it's nice to have a little week off from the work.
That's nice. Jack?
I feel exhilarated.
Wait, so you guys,
great.
hold on. You guys got a full week off?
We do. We got off from now till the 10th. So what's that, next Sunday?
So this is your spring break?
This is our spring break, even though it's the first week of March and we're going to get snow.
Holy hell, Dave.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's too cold.
Thanks, Dave.
Great, terrific.
Great. little flash, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what?
That's what made Dave so great. When Dave and I used to do remember we used to do the broadcast last season?
Unfortunately, yes.
I took over most of the podcast, I'd do play-by-play, and then Dave every once in a while would be like, yep.
I remember the story from our game against Crosby. Dave just started screaming, Coach Muffo is a very intelligent man. He knows what he is doing.
Well, I don't know football, all right? I came here 7 years ago, all right? And the game just I just got into the game, all right? So I don't know anything. I came, so when I don't really know much about football, so I just go by the ear. You know, when Matt says something, I'm like, yeah, I agree with you totally. And then you guys are talking about slants and like frigging.
Well, it wasn't.
Rushing the quarterback and sandwiches and all that stuff, and I'm like, all right, whatever.
It wasn't even that. It was more of like I would say something. I'd go into and I'd try to set Dave up. So I'd say something like, "Wow, great play there by Joe. Did a great job of setting the edge." Joe. I'd be like, Dave, just like what do you like? Joe's such an impactful player. It's like, what does that mean for his team? And be like, yep.
Absolutely.
He's like, yeah, he's a good player. That's how Dave was.
Oh, hey, worked.
But I mean, he also had some great catchphrases. What was the one for edit that you used to have?
No, I don't remember.
I don't know. It was something like.
Awesome. Great.
Again, this is what I work with, guys.
I know.
I just call him the Sultan of Speed. That's his nickname.
It wasn't that. It was something like,
He's got the wheels. He has the power. This guy's an absolute animal.
or something like that, and I loved it,
How
Jack.
come Joe and I didn't have a nickname, David?
Ooh.
Well, because I was.
Wait, can I swear on this show?
Oh, go ahead, Joe.
Well, I was the buffet line, the fat fuck, and Jackson was, what did you call him? Moral man? That's what you call him now.
Yeah, the moral man. Joe, you were. Can I say that word? Joe the. Wait, no, that's okay. All right. Okay. I
that
don't
was
know.
just a lie from our vacation that we went on that you started.
What lie? It was true, Joe. I'll tell you. But all right. All right.
Happened twice.
Oh, wow. And
You
everyone
made
did it
seem
once,
like
but
it
all
was
right.
5 times a day.
All right, Joe.
Listen, when you're sitting there on vacation and you have the urge to do something about it, Dave, you do it. I get things done.
See, it's called self-control, man. You know, back in my day, just things are all over the place. You just gotta have some self-control. So
I respect the initiative by Joseph.
yeah, what?
I said I respect the initiative Joseph took.
But I thought you were on my side here.
Thank you, Jackson. We'll get. We have to share a mic, so it's going to sound a little bit different. But
Yeah,
see,
it's just like Dave and I. We do this all the time.
oh, I'm not.
You get used to it after a while.
Anyways, on to the next topic. What do you guys want to talk about?
I have no idea. I don't even know what we're doing here. Talk about life. Jesus Christ. Dave, you have anything to say? Oh, okay.
Let's talk about theories, guys.
Theories.
And
Let's
theories
talk
and
about.
like
philosophical.
that's philosophical stuff, man.
All right.
'Cause, dude, this morning, all right. Well, in the group chat, we have a group chat. What is it called now? We change it every like 2 seconds.
At the moment, it's what?
Vikings for the Super Bowl.
Vikings Super Bowl champions. All right, so this morning, yeah, I bet it's not gonna happen. But anyways, so I woke up this morning, right, and like again, this happens not every day, but like once in a while, I just have these like questions running through my head, like what is the point of life? Like why do we exist? Like we're nothing compared in the universe. And so this morning, I kind of woke up and I was like, just again, kind of came through my head. I was like, dude, like I was thinking about time and how like we could we hang out with people and we have these like memories and whatnot, and we can never get them back. Like, I don't know. I was just thinking like all the fun times I've had in my life.
That is how memories work.
Oh, not even memories, just time in general. Like you can never recreate that same experience you had before
That's
ever
why
again.
You make it better. You improve on it.
Oh, you can't. What if you already peaked?
Then guess what, Dave? You move on to the next thing, and you try to find happiness.
Yeah, but, like,
Are we trying to get happiness right now? I'm confused. What we're really doing here?
I don't know. Dave's kind of just doing his old like mumbo jumbo. You really never know what Dave's
That was the most
about.
serious I've seen Dave's face in a minute.
Yeah,
He's very adamant.
Dave
on his argument.
Dave kind of did like an Alex Jones right there, where he was like it was a lot of information in his head. He was kind of just like letting it all out. But at the end of the day, everyone else who's probably listening right now is just like, what the hell did he just say? You know?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's just kind of so philosophical for me because, like I said, I don't know. I think of like my past and like all the fun times I've had, and I think to myself like, for example, when we're young and all that stuff, but like we can
Still
just
young.
never. Well, no, I'm not. I'm almost 20. That's pretty old.
Dave, that is not
My bones are aching, boys. I don't tell you.
Dave, if let's say the average human lives to about 80, you're 25% of your weight. That's still pretty
Not even
young.
halfway through.
That's not, you're not even a full quarter yet.
But is there a guarantee I could make it to 80?
Okay, Dave,
There's not a guarantee
Yeah, Dave, there's not a guarantee you make it to midnight tonight.
Exactly.
What if a meteor comes right now and kills us all right now?
Oh, then
That would be, you know what? That'd be a good way to go
that'd
out.
be pretty badass. It's you did right. All right, see you later. All right, peace. But like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Say there was like a world-ending event. How would you guys want to go?
How would I want to go? World ending? Mass genocide? No. No. No, not genocide. Probably just like a meteor or something like that. Like the world just, and then no one knows what happened. You know what I mean? It's kind of. I'd rather be like that.
It would just get really hot, and then
Yeah, everyone would be like, "Yo, what's going on up?" Yeah, the world explodes. No scientist knew it was coming. It just happened.
For me, peace of mind's sake, I'd rather go out in my sleep because then, hey, you know what I mean? You go to bed. You die pretty peaceful. It's pretty peaceful.
Yeah.
It's a pretty peaceful way to go out. If you want to go out in like a cool, blazing glory kind of way, I mean, you can go out like Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, jumping in a volcano. That's pretty badass.
Dude, just come on.
We're talking like a
We're
mass.
talking
We're
like-
not talking like you're killing yourself just to get some like retweets on social media.
Oh, okay. Well,
We're talking if an end of the world event was happening right now.
Honestly, yeah. Then I guess I guess died in my sleep. I guess or
I want to see a black hole. Well, obviously we wouldn't be able to perceive it.
Well, Jackson, you can't even get close to the damn thing because first of all, we don't even have
you
the
get crushed,
ability to
But what if you
travel.
What if you live through the black hole and you're just going to like another dimension?
Another dimension. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. If we're talking dimensions
It's
here.
deep. Yeah, did you watch that?
Never saw the movie.
Never saw the movie either. I'm not planning on watching.
I didn't see it yet either, but I've been hearing good things. I've been hearing good
But I have
things.
illegally on my yeah.
On your 4x4-inch screen of
Hey,
your
I have a
iPhone
Mac
4.
now. I have a Mac now, Joe.
Whoa.
So
I can just imagine like Dave's TV is like. I remember that episode of The Office where Michael Scott he brings everyone.
Yes.
This is like just got AI. It's like just what the hell. Just drained the budget here. Just bought this. Got the new plasma. Had to do it. It's like it's just like this little.
Yeah, it's like
a little 4x4 screen.
That's Dave.
It's like the size of an iPad.
Dave lies there. Dave lies there in his bed at night.
but guys, I have a MacBook now, so I just
Whoa.
before I didn't have that, so I'd watch it on my phone. Yes, I'd watch
Watch
these
out,
movies on
Dave
my
has a
phone.
MacBook.
Oh, dude, first of all, I'm saving money. You guys are the ones going out to the movie and spending money. First of all, I watch the movie at the comfort of my own home.
It's
I get a
about the
popcorn.
experience, Dave.
I don't care about the experience. I
You
just care
go
about
out
watching
with
the
a
movie.
handful of friends,
and
and you just share the experience.
But you're
for the
spending
first
money.
time together.
I'm cheap that way, so that's just how it is.
And Dave, most movies, unless you go to the Waterbury Mall, that place is a ripoff. Most movies, they have tickets like $10.
Okay, $10 plus water, which is $5.
Not yet. Dave, if you go to if you go to an afternoon show, you can get a ticket for like $7. And then Dave, I know we always get popcorn stuff. We just get like a water. That's what $11 for to see a good movie. Like,
Or you can just do what everyone else does and just sneak the snacks in.
that too.
Not hard.
That too.
Not a hard concept to follow.
Yes.
But it involves someone has to drive there, which involves gas and all that
Oh my
stuff.
God!
Dude,
Relax. Listen. You're telling me when we went to go see Infinity War?
I didn't see that movie with you guys. I saw it illegally.
I thought you saw it.
No, I did not see Infinity War with you guys.
I don't remember what I saw. was you, me, Michael. It was you, me, Michael, Connor. Because remember, like, every one time someone died, like, we would freak out. We counted. Steven was there. Yeah, that was a lot of
But an event like that, you're telling me that's not a good experience to go see it for the first time?
I won't go. I just watch it legally.
You certainly had no problem accepting UConn tickets from me.
Exactly.
Even though
That's
you're paying
Dave's
for
thing.
yourself.
But I don't do it anymore.
I love you to death, but when you go out with us, you sit there with your earbuds in the car when we're trying to talk. You sit there with your earbuds in. It's the worst.
Boys, I'm antisocial, right? That's just how it is.
Did you see what I sent you? Remember we had a Monopoly night. It was in Brett's basement.
Yes.
And Dave's like, all of a sudden, Dave just takes out a coloring book and just starts, drawing pictures.
That does sound like something Dave would do.
It's just like the randomest. It's something different every single week. It's like one week it's the one week it's the cellular device. Next week he's playing Angry Birds, and then it's
Angry Birds.
Have
you beaten that game yet, Dave?
No. It's I don't know. It keeps adding levels to it, so I
You've
just
been
keep
playing it for
playing.
5 years. You're telling me you haven't caught up to it. At
Two
least once or
years,
twice?
Joe. It's 2 years, but all right. They keep making levels for it. But dude, I'm telling, come, it's Angry Birds. It's really addicting. I don't honestly. It's such a fun time. That's most of when I'm on my phone. That's the majority of what I'm doing is playing Angry Birds. It's just a fun game. You can't even blame it for that. You can't. It's a great game. It's fantastic.
Very passionate about it.
Very dude. Honestly, like if there's like a tournament for like Angry Birds,
God,
dude. What do you mean lose?
You've been playing this game forever and you still haven't beaten it.
Are you trying to say that you're the ninja of Angry Birds?
Yes, I am.
Because I feel like if you
ninja.
got ninja on Angry Birds for 5 minutes, I can't believe I'm referencing ninja.
I hate that guy.
I hate myself.
That's what it is.
I hate myself. You know what? Let's just drop it, Dave. You're not good at Angry Birds. Next topic.
That's a lie, but all right. No, they keep adding levels to it, guys. And also, I don't even play the main campaign.
Yeah.
I play the other.
For your
there's other
viewers
stuff to
out
it.
there, Joe is grabbing the bucket of cheese balls right now.
They can hear it.
ASMR.
Some ASMR.
This place is wired.
You guys wanna
Yeah, we had one of those by accident once.
Do you want to hear Joe eat the cheese balls?
No one does. I don't even want to hear it.
We did that by accident once. We did a podcast where we were just reviewing my mom's Christmas cookies. Like my dad wanted to do a podcast. All right, so he's like, yo, let's review the cookies. He's like, that'll be our first podcast. We're like, all right. So we do the podcast, and then Dave's like, yeah, let's release it. And we're like, all right, whatever, maybe someone will. We actually got I think like 30, 40 views for it. But then I started listening back to it, and all of a sudden, you're hearing that.
No.
People are drinking the water. I'm like, holy shit, this is ASMR. So
Okay.
it's
I
kind
might
of.
sound dumb. What on God's green earth does ASMR stand for?
I don't fucking know. It's
What is it even like? What like it sounds like
Audio.
like you're talking like this. And I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah. If anyone
Stop.
anyone with like headphones,
Kill
sorry,
yourself now.
we
I'm sorry.
apologize.
It happens.
Yeah, but Dave and I, we were just watching. We were watching a video yesterday of some person. They're not even. It wasn't. I don't know what they do. They put the microphone on so high, and they're eating just mountains of food.
Mountains is just an understatement. More like copious amounts of.
That was the Super Bowl had the ASMR was like what is it? The Heineken. What beer was it? Was
that
it Michelob?
Disgusting. Yeah, I
They
know
were,
what you're
like,
talking
pouring
about.
The beer. They were ladies sitting on the middle of a floating table and like Mount Chupacabras and
She's whispering. It was. just
she's doing the whisper. Like he's opening up the can and pouring it. It was that.
Made me very uncomfortable. That entire Super Bowl made me uncomfortable.
Yes, I was about to say that was not the worst part of the Super Bowl.
The game itself was just like, I was just waiting for Brady to break open, a deep pass to Edelman. Like Edelman was eating the entire game, and then he'd get like to midfield, and then all of a sudden, they couldn't convert, and it was just like, holy crap.
Possibly one of the worst Super Bowls since Seahawks Broncos.
But let's be honest, though. Let's be honest. If you're a defensive guy, if you're
you're
a
a
defensive
defensive
guy,
guy, you're
that's a
not.
great game.
Also, back on what you said, I would rather watch that 43-8 Seahawks victory over the Broncos than that game.
Really?
The Rams. Oh yeah.
Yeah, for most of the view, yeah. I feel like most people would rather see a high-scoring game with no defense.
Well,
than
yeah, I mean,
a very good defensive game between two teams.
But if you look back at it, I mean, it's impressive what the Patriots were able to do. I mean, they shut down the Rams,
Oh, absolutely.
and that was the second best offense in the league. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very impressive win defensively for the Patriots. At the same time, though, I think the Rams, Sean McVay, I think, just didn't know what to do.
He didn't make any adjustments.
No,
That was the one thing I noticed was like, are they going to do a trick play? I think they ran one trick play. It was a screen to Cooks, and it got like 15 yards.
Well, one thing I think the biggest problem was that Gurley, it was really underreported. No, everyone like kind of overlooked this, but like I think personally he got hurt in the game against the Niners because all playoff long he didn't do anything. Mm-hmm. And
they kept going back to Anderson.
Yeah, they kept going.
I said ahead of time. I think that McVay had to solidify who was his number one guy, and he would, one drive it was Gurley's drive, the next drive it was CJ's drive, and then before you know it, you're looking up at the scoreboard, you're like, well, we have to get points right now. So then by the time they put Gurley in, they're already kind of in a hole. They're kind of forced to throw the ball.
Jared Goff just showed why he is not as good as everybody else thought he was. Mm-hmm. I never thought he was good. I never thought he should have been drafted as high as he was. Wasn't he the first overall?
First overall pick, yeah.
Drafted too high. I don't think he should have been in the position he was in. I think if it, you take away, Sean McVay's offensive mind, because you got to give him credit. I mean, for what he had a lot of stars, but like he made Jared Goff look a lot better than Jared Goff really is. Yeah,
I think if you put him in a system where it's, I'm trying to think of like, you put him with Anthony Lynn with the Chargers, and it's he doesn't even come close to making the playoffs, in my opinion. Yeah, so how'd you guys watch the game? Did you guys have like a viewing party or something like that?
It was kind of a messed up situation. I kind of feel bad for Jackson because so here's what happened with me. So the night before the Super Bowl, we normally all like when we watch like big like sporting event stuff, we go down to our friend's room, and one of our friends on the basketball team, he's one of the two kids that live in the dorm room, and he was saying, "Hey, I'm not going to be watching the game here. I'm going to be going to the basketball team's house because the whole basketball team was watching together." So he went there, and then the other kid that lived in the room went home because he had to work. He lives like an hour away in Pennsylvania, so he went home. So I was just planning we were going to go over to our friend's room across campus and just watch in their dorm room and hang out. That morning, I woke up at like, not even morning, it was like more like 1 o'clock. I got out of the shower, and one of my friends comes in. He lives on the third floor, but he was looking for me. He's like, "Joe, you want to come over to my house?" He lives like 40 minutes away. They have a big cabin in the woods. So me and my two friends that were there went, and all of a sudden I forgot to text. This is why I really feel bad though. It was about 4 o'clock. Jackson texted me, "Where are you?" I looked down at my phone. I'm like, I forgot to tell Jackson because like I got out of the shower and then 10 minutes later, like I was in his car. It was like one of those things like last minute, and then Jackson.
I just watched it across campus in somebody's room. It really wasn't a big deal. But, yeah, I really didn't care.
Yeah, not a great look.
But, guys, what really disappointed me, or not even disappointed me, that what really kind of weirded me out was the after, like, Tom Brady was like, "Hey, the owner of the team, I'm just going to give you an impassioned kiss." And then
so my son. Shows his affection.
No, it's not. It's
you know what? Okay. I forgot about this, and now I'm angry. The one thing that actually really angered me, sparked the fire in my soul, is when they're panning in the middle of the game, in the middle of a drive. They pan up to the stands to Giselle, and they get a first down. They're like, "Oh, Giselle's happy about that. Get her off the TV. I don't want to see Tom Brady." Listen, very attractive woman, but
yeah, of course,
shouldn't have anything to do with that. Shouldn't have anything to do with that.
Giselle, what Bootin?
I don't care.
Neither do I.
Brady.
Giselle Brady is overrated.
How?
Well, I'm talking like now in like her older age. She's what? Like she's in her late.
She's an attractive woman.
She's still an attractive woman.
If Giselle walked in the room right here, I think most people would be turning heads.
I mean, you're not wrong.
This is the argument I have with Dave. And Dave and I've been talking about this for a while. Brie Larson. Now, I say Brie Larson is extremely attractive. Dave, on the other hand, is like calling Brie Larson basically the ugliest person in the world.
What? No, I want to hear your opinion, guys. What do you even know who Brie Larson is, first of all, guys?
Captain Marvel.
Okay, what do you guys think about her?
She's an attractive woman. I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, she's obviously not the most. She's very attractive. Not obviously the most attractive female to ever walk the face of planet Earth, but she's pretty attractive.
Jackson?
Yeah, I agree with Joe. I think she's an attractive female. And I also think she's a great actress. I think she was very overlooked. And I think she's going to be a great Captain Marvel.
Dude, I got to disagree with all of you guys. I don't find her attractive at all. Not even one. She just looks really stoic. Like,
you see her at the Oscars.
Yeah, stoic. I've seen boards, I've seen floors, I've seen inanimate objects that have more emotion, and than her, dude. I'm gonna tell you guys.
Now, Dave, how do emotions come into play when someone's looks?
Oh, not even that. That's the first thing. And also, dude, I mean, like, again, this might be a little whatever. She doesn't have it. You know, she doesn't have it.
Oh my God.
She doesn't have it.
Dave, what are you referencing to? I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about right now.
Can I say this stuff on the podcast? All right. Well, she doesn't have the yits and.
Why now? See,
Could have said a number of different.
why do you have to use that word? Why couldn't you just say she doesn't have the biggest boobs I've ever seen? Like, see, why couldn't you just keep it simple as that?
Oh, I'm trying to keep it like whatever. Point is,
Well, Dave, it's one thing to keep it PG. It's
Not even
another thing to make it weird. And
No,
that's
not
what
even
you just
PG.
did.
I'm
Making
just.
it weird. Dave does a great job of doing that.
Yeah.
Well, point is, I don't find her attractive. All right, you guys, we're different people, and I don't find her attractive. You guys do. Your opinion, it's my opinion. It's whatever.
I'm not even saying, like, let me say she's like the hottest celebrity I've ever seen. I'm just saying, like, if Brie Larson walked into, like, let's say we're at any public area, we're in like a restaurant, and
Dunkin'
she walks
Donuts.
in, right? She walks into Dunkin' Donuts. I'm like, holy crap, dude! She's pretty hot. You wouldn't say that?
I probably wouldn't be. I'd probably be on my phone looking at Angry Birds, so like I probably wouldn't.
Yes.
See her. That's just
Point proven.
that's probably what's gonna happen.
Dave is separated from reality by his.
Oh,
phone.
whoa! Not separated. Jesus,
And
I'm in.
Doesn't take in what's going on
I
around him.
don't play. I'm not on my phone 24/7. I'm not like these people. I have a certain time I play the game.
Dave,
So I have to tell
we
you.
were on vacation in Ocean City. We were at the restaurant, sitting in like the waiting area, waiting to be seated. We're all talking. We're all having a conversation. Parents, kids included. Dave is sitting there. Who's texting me? Hold on. I'll talk in a second.
Anyways, I'll finish the story. We pan over to David, and he's headphones in, and he's got his phone out.
I thought you guys were gonna talk about like the time I was at the gym, just working out, and then I came late when you.
Oh yeah, when
was a
Dave was
fun-
20 minutes late. To dinner.
I had to get a pump in, boys. Like I have to tell you,
Yeah.
you gotta get big. Gotta
Violation,
get
you're
big
on
for the girls.
vacation, dude.
It's a lie. No, Dave was already out of the gym. Remember, he went to go shower in the room.
He was doing push-ups in the hallway for 20 minutes.
No, I
So,
know.
Matt, so we went to across the street from the hotel, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was this place called the Green Turtle. A few people, if they've gone to Ocean City, heard of it. It's a
Pretty
pretty famous spot.
Wait, so this is a restaurant or is this a gym?
It's like a
Okay.
sport.
Bar
No,
and
yeah,
grill.
it's like a sports bar.
Okay.
It's across the street from our hotel, like diagonally. So we're eating there, and we're sitting there. We're waiting for Dave because the parents went over separately because we were at we just came out from the gym. I was showering quick. We were getting ready to go. Dave was in the room with Jackson, and he literally goes, "I will meet you guys down there in like 5 minutes." When we left, we're sitting there. We got there at 6 o'clock.
I'm really just socially. Again, that's my excuse, but I just don't know. I don't, obviously I know how to interact with like the guys and the fellas and people I'm like friends with. But like if it's like, for example, someone new I meet on the street or like some attractive girl sitting there, I don't know how to like approach them. I'm not even scared of. I'm not scared of rejection or like, oh, she doesn't like me. I don't really give a shit about that. But I don't know. I don't have the chutzpah to like go up to them. And, like,
Chutzpah. Dave, confidence is key.
Dave, I'm going to tell you this right
not
now.
even that. I just don't know what to say. Like knowing me, I'll be like, hey, how you doing? And then just
Dave,
bounce.
First of all, you're getting all worried. I know you're not worried about rejection and all that stuff. You're
I'm
like,
not.
we're
I don't
nervous
care.
about what to say to girls. You're a pretty fun guy to be around. Not trying to be weird. No home. Oh, I mean, when you're not on your phone, when you're actually talking to us, you're a pretty. I thought you were trying to say something.
I was gonna say, hey, it's 2019. No homo should not be a phrase anymore.
That's a
hate
whole
you.
nother topic we'll get into in a little bit. Dave, you're like you were talking about the gym before, Dave. You're a pretty muscular guy. You got Dave, if I've said this a million times to Dave since I think we were like sophomores, freshmen, like in high school. Dave, you walk on if you were worried about getting a girl, walk on any college campus, any college party with shirtless. You will have
Oh my god! You know how long it took? We went to a party once. It was just a bunch of kids that were in our high school last summer. You know how long it took for us to convince Dave just to take his shirt off? It was
Dave, you're
unbelievable.
cut.
There was a pool there, so it was like completely cool.
It was cold, but
Not cold. It was probably like 50 degrees out, so I wouldn't call that cold. 50, 60 degrees.
so you're also American and you've lived here like 12, like all your life. So let's tell you.
So anyways, I mean, this party, it was socially acceptable to have the shirt off. I'm like, Dave, just go in full alpha, take that shirt off, just show off all that work you put in, you know what I mean? And
Dave, do you know what I would kill to have your body? I'm working just to be able to take my shirt off in the summer.
But
Dave.
boys, like,
okay. That's a whole other thing, Jax, because I think you're perfectly fine with your shirt off in the summer. I do, yeah. You're, okay, well, I'm getting sidetracked here. Dave, you've seen me shirtless many times when it is socially and when it isn't socially acceptable to have my shirt off.
Yes, unfortunately.
You see me, I'm very comfortable in my own skin, Dave. I think, and it's not even the fact that you're not comfortable in your own skin. It's the fact that you have to realize it's...
Yeah.
I'm about to get into very dicey waters here because people can listen to what I'm saying. Well, I'll talk more when we're off the podcast about this.
Dave, you're cut.
Yeah, but guys, like, you still have to, like, be able to talk to them. But just taking your shirt off alone.
Confidence, Dave.
Guys, I don't care about confidence. I just don't know exactly, like, what to say or, like, what to do or, like...
Talk like you're having a normal conversation with anybody else.
My normal... Guys, you know my normal conversation I've had with you. It's not good.
It's been pretty normal, Dave.
Yeah, well, that's just because we're in a podcast. But, like, if I didn't have this platform or this microphone here, it'd be a different story.
It's not true.
That's not true at all.
It's not
false
true at all. I mean,
You're
David...
acting like you have a different persona when you're on the mic.
I think Dave has, like, this... Almost like this alias where he thinks he's, like, the lonely kid in the corner that doesn't talk to anyone.
That's just not true.
Which every once in a while he'll like show that side of him, but for the most part, Dave's a fun guy to be around.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be doing this podcast if Dave wasn't, an entertaining guy. That's the reason why I have him.
We'd be friends with Dave if Dave wasn't.
No, if Dave was a dull person to be around and depressing, I would not have known him for all these years.
He'd probably just play Overwatch with a bunch of other guys who were just like that. But
yes,
he isn't.
That's what.
Kind of to switch gears a little bit off me. How do we meet up? How do we become friends, guys? Like,
it was
We'll talk about this after the podcast.
It was 2015,
We were
sophomore year.
The first time we ever saw Dave was in middle school.
But I knew Dave way longer. I knew Dave from middle school almost.
What do you mean, like you knew Dave since like longer? Like, cause my first. Like, when I became friends with Dave was kind of right around when he started playing football.
Yeah.
So it was. For me, it was spring football our freshman year, me and Jackson. Dave was still a sophomore because, happens at the end of the
so
school year.
it was about the same time for both of us then.
Yeah, so we were. So, like, I was a freshman in high school still. Dave was a sophomore. Dave wanted to play football. Dave obviously lives a house and a half down, even though it still takes you an hour and a half to get here. It's another time.
No, that's another.
parties, workouts and stuff.
Oh my gosh. And so
Here we go.
the first time I really got to know Dave was from football, driving him to practices and just talking and stuff. And my first real memorable quote from Dave was when he asked my dad if next to the American flag on the back of the football helmets, he could put a little Ghana flag on the back of the helmet. Which I laughed at and thought would be hilarious, but I'm pretty sure if you asked Coach Maffo and Anderson about that, you would be... Well, they'd probably laugh.
Yeah, no, they'll probably
to be
let
fair,
me do it.
Ivan Cruz also thought he was in a recruiting battle between Michigan and LSU, and we all saw how that went.
So did Jay Marshall. He was playing like JV.
I'm
football.
tall, so I'll probably start for LSU.
6'2".
I'm 6'2".
Shout out Jerry Marshall, by the way. I love that kid. Honestly.
Haven't seen him in years.
Me
but
neither.
first time I literally remember the first moment I met Dave was in the hallway in middle school. I had to be in 7th or 6th grade. I don't know.
Wait, when did you come here, Dave? What was your first year here?
You
were 6th. You were 7th.
I came here, 7th grade. Yeah, you guys were in the 6th grade. That was when we had that snowstorm with the when Halloween was canceled around that area.
Oh my God. You would come into school wearing the Beacon Falls recreational basketball Lakers jerseys.
Boys.
Trying to act like you were wearing like a Lakers Kobe Bryant jersey.
Boys, I know what to do. I was new. I know what to say.
Styling Dave.
I had Dave just the other weekend. We went to a Quinnipiac game and I had to wear a Sound Tiger jersey.
Nice.
Like,
That's
I
great.
I wanted him to go up to a girl and be like, just like, you a Sound Tiger fan? She'd be like, what the hell are you talking about?
No, some girl actually said, "Oh, nice jersey," and I was like, "Oh, thanks."
When?
When I was going to use the bathroom.
He said, "Thank you. Let me play Angry Birds 2 now."
Yeah.
Anyways.
I had to use the bathroom. I actually had to do the
Oh,
bathroom, so
okay.
I had to go.
Okay. But the first time I was in the hallway in front of the library, and I exchanged words with you. But you were wearing jeans and a collared shirt with a long sleeve shirt underneath it, and it was striped. And that's the first time I met Dave.
I met Dave when he was fresh off the boat. He was in my homeroom class.
Yeah.
So
I remember Dave.
Shout out Miss Gordon.
It was very strange talking with Dave because he seemed very nervous.
I was, because
And I felt
I was in a
great
new
deal of
world
empathy.
pretty much.
I felt very empathetic towards Dave because I felt like he was uncomfortable.
Not even that. Because first of all, it's a new culture. Everything was different. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to. Oh wow! I didn't know what to say.
Okay, sorry, Dave. Something
Got
happened.
a
Something happened
little
off my.
sidetrack there.
But
okay.
Dave and I, it's kind of hard.
Your parents warned you about it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I can't.
Word of the day.
But what was I? Okay, so Dave and I got close. We were close.
I think.
When we were playing football.
No.
Before that.
No, before that, we had that Spanish class with Miss Petruno, whatever her name
Senora
is.
Senor Petruno.
I wish she never went to Amity.
Dave and
I loved her. We were in that class together. My sophomore year, your freshman year.
It was you, me. Who else? Kayla Macarelli was in there.
Was she?
Yeah,
she sat next to me. That's right.
Carson was in there, even though she doesn't remember being in that class.
I think Laura
Liv,
was.
If you listen.
No.
I bet she's
Definitely doesn't listen to this, but if she
You
does,
have to now. I mean, like,
I'm-
you got shouted out by Joe, so you have to.
Wait, what? Trying to remember who else was in there.
who was the kid? Oh, Michaela Barrows. She was a freshman. At the
Right.
time. James Yakovo.
Yeah, the Yak
Because
Attack.
that's when James met Michaela, and that's when they had their
Right,
thing.
Michaela, yeah.
Oh, high school freshman year. Who else was in that class? There was a lot of people.
There's
We had
a lot
of
that
people
was
in
when that's when I made the declaration. I thought Joe Kometz was the coolest person in school. I think I said that, and I just remember Joe being like, "It's like, you know, man, I am pretty cool."
You know what, Matt?
He's like, yeah, man, people love me. I remember, I think it was.
And then some people came up to me right behind you and said, "You know what? Fuck you."
Yeah,
And I
no,
was
no.
like, "Thanks."
No, it wasn't. Someone was like, "It's like, yeah, I am a lovable guy," and I think some girl came by. It's like, "You love me, right?" And she's like, "I do love you, Joe Kometz," and I was just
Yeah.
like, "Oh, fuck, dude."
And then I came back home and cried.
Yeah, probably.
I had no friends.
I do remember proclaiming that. It was a great year. So
Good year.
yours was what?
So I met Dave.
Was it?
I feel like we knew each other through something before, maybe.
I think that's kind of. I think that was the class we kind of just like.
You probably knew who he was.
Oh yeah, you definitely knew who I was, but like that class, we kind
Definitely
of just like.
spent time with you before that.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
With John Ridge. Anyways,
I
that's
don't
where
think
like
so.
we
I was friends
started-
with John Ridge before, but
I think because I remember seeing you at his house. I think.
no. That class was when
I
I
have
made
very
friends
bad
with you and
memory.
John Ridge.
Anyways,
So yours was probably Senor
Spanish.
Petruno's class.
Yes.
Yours was what?
Spring
Football.
football with Dave. That's when I really.
And mine was probably about the same time. So it was my sophomore year, you guys freshman year. We were in Mrs. Manning's class. And it was me, Dave, and John Daly would sit right behind us. And I would introduce Dave to a lot of things. I taught Dave how to break a huddle. Dave didn't know how to break a huddle at the time. So I was just like, I mean, I didn't even play football, but I would just tell him, like, when you break the huddle, you want to say break. And
Dave was in charge of breaking. When he was punt, he was the personal protector on punt, and when
he had to
you're
break the
personal
huddle?
Protector, he doesn't have to break the huddle, but he does the cadence. He'll sit there and it's like because it's the punter, then the guy like kind of halfway between the
Right.
the center, and he had to scream because our punt cadence was you'd scream wherever you were on the field. So let's say middle of the field, then the line would echo middle of the field. Dave would have to say Woodland. Everyone else would have to say Hawks. Dave didn't really remember what part of the field to say, so he kind of just said either middle of the field every time, or the coaches would have to yell at him and say right hash. But Dave would say left hash when he was on the right and stuff. So Dave had the job for about 5 snaps, and then Coach Anderson finally had enough and said, "Dave, I love you, but you're fired." And he would just go, middle of the field, Woodland, and we all started laughing the first time he did the cadence because of his accent.
Dave wouldn't even remember break. Like, I would come up maybe at the end of class or something like that, and I would just, come up with Spider 2 wide banana or whatever. John Gruden would come up. I'd be like, all right, Dave, Spider 2 wide banana, and I'd say break, and then Dave would just be like, oh, that's right, break. Like, he couldn't even remember that. But that was when I first met him. Mama Man's class. So I taught him how to break the huddle, and then I introduced him to all the good music, right, Dave?
yes.
Oh, well, my neighbors did before, but I kind of didn't.
I introduced you to a lot of different bands.
definitely.
Van Halen, right?
You definitely built the foundation. I mean, they just kind of like just threw it out there for me, but then you built the foundation, and then look at me now, rock star guy now. That's all I listen to.
What
now.
about me? I remember talking about music with you in Spanish class.
Yeah, but
Dave.
you see the music. Okay, the
You didn't
music
like
you
my
like.
music.
You like the newer stuff. I like the old
Like
the
what?
60s,
Like
70s,
what?
80s
I
stuff.
like that
Dave
stuff
has a
too.
lot of shared music interests.
I like that stuff too. What are you talking
You
about?
like the 90s. You like Blink and like
Dave's a
Muse,
big little
Moose,
punk guy.
Muse.
Muse?
Whatever.
Muse is a great band. What are you talking about?
I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying.
Hot take there, Jackson.
Okay, we'll get back to that.
Yeah, we'll get back to that maybe later.
Anyways, I do like the classics. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
Anyways.
we talked about the newer stuff. That was just I have to say that.
Yes, but Dave and I got close those couple years. I remember.
Yeah, I think Dave and our relationship really blossomed Bake Shop junior year. Remember that, Dave? That was the year that was Kane Gate. That happened my junior year, right?
What gate?
Kane Gate.
What?
When you brought the cane into school.
Oh,
Okay,
yes. That was.
Bring it up,
was
didn't
Thornton.
you?
No, of course, you had to bring
That
it
was
up.
that was
mean,
the Monday after you went in for me for one play and got the sack.
Guys,
I'm so upset about that. You came in.
not talk
Dude,
about
the
that.
offensive line messed up their scheme. You had a clear lane to the QB and you horse collared him. I'm amazed they did not call it.
Yeah, I didn't know those guys. I didn't know
You
what I was
choke
doing.
slammed that man to the
It
ground.
looked like a WWE move.
That was on
honestly.
4th down. Now we should have been back in that game, but then Bedrzyk threw the pick 6 next play.
Oh yeah.
No, not shots fired. I mean, it
I
was
somehow.
a good pass.
It's crazy because somehow I kind of remember that.
No,
game
yeah,
too.
because I remember Dave went in for me. I was sitting there on the sideline. Coach Swanson's yelling at me because I hated defensive line, so I was awful at it. And so he's like, Mets, you got to get some, swears I'm not going to say, even though I already swore before. Penetration. And then Dave, as you hear the word penetration, Dave goes right through the line, sacks the quarterback, and I'm like, I thought I was in a dream.
And then I think like 2 plays later, Dave hit the quarterback again, and the kid threw a pick.
Yeah, Dave got in like 3 plays. He had like 3 hurries, a
Yep.
sack. Obviously, it's not going to go in the stat book, but he forced the INT. You know, Dave, if you stuck with it,
At that point, he was going all in
because
NVL.
Dave is Dave. Because I know, like,
No doubt.
'cause, like,
At that pace,
I know we joke, but like, Dave, you're a pretty athletic guy. If you stuck with football, because that was only your junior year, remember?
Yeah.
If you had a year
Like
to learn,
sophomore. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
you were.
I was a junior. Yep, You're right. You're right.
If you had stuck with it, I'm telling you, you could have been decent.
That's probably my biggest regret of all time. That's like
Well, your mom probably told you no.
Oh
You
yeah,
were
well, that's
scared
what I'm
of your
saying.
mother.
But yeah, but that's definitely my biggest regret so far.
What,
Because
being scared of your mother?
No,
That
football. I'm
wasn't
playing
being dumb. I
football.
thought that's what he was saying.
No,
I'm sorry.
not playing football. Like, because I'm telling you, it irks me every time. I'm like, I probably could have done good with the sport.
Mafo did not give you a fair shake at kicker. You remember when we went to the what's it called, the Yale Harvard game? We went over the practice field.
Yes.
And you were just
was like
booting
a-
like
didn't-
you
wasn't
booted
my
like a
Mexic-
48-yarder,
Yeah.
like clear. Then you kicked it from like 50. It went.
I have to
it-
see this.
Oh, I swear on my life. I mean, don't get me wrong. He had to do like a 30-second walk up to the ball to kick it. But Dave would kick this ball. It looked like it was coming off. It looked like a cannon when it
Really?
came off his foot. Dave, we started.
Because you used to play soccer, right?
Yeah,
Because we did we started doing this thing where like extra point challenge. So it was like him and like 5 other people. We started at extra
Fun
point
times.
range. Then we just started backing up. At first we just started doing it like yard by yard. But then after Dave started getting it pretty easily, we started doing like, a few yards at a time. We got to about 40 yards and we're like, I don't know, dude, this is really far. Booted it in. No problem. 40
With room to spare.
he could have made it from 50, I think. And then we finally get to 50 yards out, and this was like, all right. And we're like, all right. It was getting kind of late. The game was about to end because we could hear because it was like close enough to the field where you could hear the echo of the announcer.
Yeah.
Game was getting close to ending, so we're like, all right, we're gonna go in the car for this. Dave boots it. It had the distance. It just curled wide left at the end.
Wow.
But if Dave stuck with it and worked with it, he had a surprisingly strong leg.
And when we had Sean on the podcast, I remember being like, Sean, what was your first impression of Dave? And he was just like, dude, I just remember Dave came in on weightlifting, and he was, probably, I think at that point you had never carried, you've never done weightlifting at that point, right?
No, it was the first time actually picking up a weight.
Sean was just impressed about how how much weight he was putting in, and then
I mean, I had no form, but so.
but he was still getting a lot of weight on there and still being able to lift it. And then when he's on the field, obviously it was a different story, but still, could have been a maybe All-State, Dave.
Like I said, it just still irks me. I like every day. I think about it at least once every day.
At least a D3 scholarship. Oof.
I remember my
D3, more like D1. I'm going to LSU, baby.
Well,
What-
I'll tell you this. You can
LSU. What's the mascot at LSU, Dave?
if you tell me this right now, I'll give you a handshake.
I'll give you 2 handshakes.
A B.
what? No, hang on.
Give me a real guess.
No.
Give me a real guess. Give me a real guess. The LSU.
I actually have no. I know. A tiger, right?
Oh,
Hey.
2 All right, there we go. Shake him up. I like it.
Well
All right,
done.
we're gonna end the podcast right there. So.
End on a high note.
And on a high note, Dave
high.
Dave knew the mascot for LSU. So thanks for listening, guys. Subscribe. Hit the little bell thing so you know when every single podcast comes out. And thanks for listening.